Hey everyone, welcome back to the garage. I'm Handy Andy, and today we're going to go over winterizing your paint for the coming winters. It's going to work in any climate. For me, I'm in California where it only rains once. However, this is going to apply to everyone from Colorado to North Dakota to Washington, D.C. We're going to apply some waxes. We're going to apply a ceramic coat to make it super hydrophobic. And I'm going to show you the difference between just wash and treated paint surfaces. Let's get it done.
Alrighty everyone, so the stuff you're going to need for this to winterize your car's paint and do a little bit of correction here and there, you're going to need a Saturday. Really, this is going to take quite a bit of time. Honestly, just the buffing, polishing, and getting everything prepped alone is going to take a few hours. However, once you get it done, simple maintenance on it is actually not that bad. With that being said, we're going to be washing the car first. So you're going to need something that's quite aggressive. We're actually going to try and strip the paint of any wax and any foreign particulate. So I find that this Turtle Wax Max Power car wash stuff is actually pretty good. Depending on what strength you want it, you can just add a little more. That's how I treat my magic water. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of magic water, we've got one bottle of magic water. We're gonna need that for sure, as well as a can of zip juice. We're gonna be needing that to mix with said magic water. And so something you're not gonna just be using any old kitchen sponge. I'd suggest actually picking up one of these. They're little microfiber fingers on them. They kind of grab and collect dirt, and then once you're in the bucket, you can just wash it off. That way you're not redepositing contaminants onto your paint. That would kind of make this video pointless. Obviously, you're going to need your standard 5-gallon bucket. You're going to need a lot of these little microfiber cloths. Honestly, you can never have too many. With that, we are going to be taking a lot of stuff off the paint today. So I'd recommend you actually get a semi-orbital buffer. You don't want the ones that just spin in one stationary spot. This one actually rotates on 2 different axes, so it's actually semi-orbital. And then obviously you're going to need cotton pads for this thing, just to be able to cut through all the wax and grime on your paint. With that, get a couple of bottles. I find this one to be pretty fair, the medium cut cleaner. It doesn't really take too heavy of a cut, and you don't have to worry too much about burning through your paint. This is kind of like toothpaste in the fact that there's tiny little particles inside that will actually scour the paint in a very small fashion. So it'll actually smooth out your paint, and then you step it up like sandpaper. Like this is actually going to be a little bit more of a polishing type liquid. It won't actually be taking off material too bad. With that being said, if you have the dang-a-lang to swang-a-lang, I would not suggest getting this damn thing. This one I found at O'Reilly's. It was kind of like a desperation buy. Usually the big ones, the good ones, are at least $100. This one was like 30. However, you definitely feel it when you're, if you're looking for more chooch to your chotch, you know what I'm saying? This thing just does not have it. You could honestly grab it and stop it. A little bit of power, it never hurt anyone, Also need a cup for magic water. And so there's 2 other things we're actually going to be doing with the vehicle's paint. This is Turtle Wax's Hybrid Solutions Ceramic Wet Wax. I found this one from a suggestion off of a different YouTube channel called Project Farm. He did a really thorough test on the hood of his car with a whole bunch of other ceramic coatings, and this one actually won out in really good ways. This is going to be our base protectant. This is going to be the last stop before you actually hit paint. And then this, Meguiar's Ultimate Paste Wax, is what I use on my car. This one's a synthetic wax. You could actually apply it in the sun, so you don't have to worry too much about finding a garage and trying to do it in a cool, dry place. This one's actually very resistant to a lot of that nitpicky stuff. So with that, we've got a few hours To do this, let's start by washing our, not really, let's start by mixing our magic water. We'll wash the car, get every single little dust, dirt, and debris off of it, and then we'll figure it out from there. She doesn't look too bad on account of I just keep her in the garage and work on her from there. But I mean, you could see she has a layer of dust and all that stuff. So we're gonna be taking that off with the regular wash.
So this is what I'm talking about. It's gonna be way more clear to see on a dark car versus super silver one. But do you see the sun in the reflection of the vehicle's paint? See all those little tiny scratches, right? That is what we're going to be correcting with the buffing and the polishing. That's going to actually remove those, and that'll give us a flat surface to work with.
Pretty sure I don't have to teach you guys how to wash a car, right? Like, we're not that fucking weird about it. Okay.
Now, the astute among us will be glad to point out that, oh, Andy, you didn't start from the top, and you're gonna get all the contaminants. Like, this is an SUV, chill out. Depending on like what kind of car, like if you really care about the paint, you start at the top and then wash down. That way the contaminants wash down with it. However, this thing's gonna get paint corrected anyway. That's why I'm just washing it at random as I please.
You must remember every now and then, take a step back and admire work and drink magic water.
Give her one good last final rinse. When you start hand drying your stuff, you get to soften that towel. You can actually just unfurl it on, the panel that you're actually trying to dry, and then just drag it across. You don't want to like dig deep and then dry off the vehicle. It's going to leave imperfections in the paint. And the less we have, the easier it is going to be to do this job. So all we're going to do is get this in good shape. What we're doing is we're going to remove the very top layer of paint. It's called clear coat. We're removing a very thin portion of that with our medium cut cleaner. And all you do is spread a little on the paint, dry pad, so you want to put a little on the pad as well. And to prevent sling, you want to just massage that in while it's off. That way, you don't just start spraying it all over the place. Alrighty guys, we are done using this medium cut cleaner. What we've done is just removed all the surface contaminants, especially the swirl marks left by washing and just wear and tear. What this also has done is removed any sort of tar or varnish or anything like especially bug guts. That tends to be a big problem, or sap from trees if you use park with cars or trees.
Alrighty, and because the fact that all this stuff actually has particulate in it to help you polish your vehicle, you don't want to reuse the same pad every time you switch material. So because we used medium cut stuff on this cotton pad, we are going to use a different one for the show car glaze stuff. So again, I'd recommend you get something way stronger than this one. I mean, I've known a few ladies whose fanny fangler is actually way more powerful than this thing. However, it gets the job done. It's just, you could get it done quicker with something more powerful. Okay, I'm really hoping you guys can hear this stuff, but here's a card. You can barely hear it dragging across the paint. However, when you go to the untreated side, quite a difference there.
And then again, same motions. Directions on this bottle of Turtle Wax's Hybrid Solutions. Shake well, make sure the exterior is wet. Apply 2 sprays per panel. This is about the size that they need. Maybe I'm going to do 3 just in case. Dry and shine at the same time with a microfiber towel. Let's get to it. A little mist action. And so with this Ultimate Paste Wax, it's a synthetic one, so you don't have to prep the conditions like, oh yeah, be in a cool, dry place and all that stuff. You don't have to do that with this stuff. However, we're already in a cool, dry place, so this is going to be relatively easy. This is our last step. Now let's take this off. What we're going to do is grab our standard water hose, set her to mist. We're going to lightly coat the area. So the difference is clear, extremely clear actually. So this is our untreated side. The paint is very sticky to the water. It actually sticks to it. However, our treated side, it's very hydrophobic. I mean, you can see the water droplets. They don't even stick to the darn thing. You can draw on it and it'll actually make the water go away. It'll actually drain off. So you
Oh, hey. Sorry guys, didn't see you there. Welcome to the lab. I'm Handy Andy, and reason why we're doing a little bit of a experiment in the old garage is I've actually got this cup of water. What we're actually gonna do is we're gonna boil it off, take all the water out of it and see what's actually left over. This is the stuff that's going to be on your paint. Anytime your vehicle gets wet and dries by itself, there's gonna be the impurities in the water on your vehicle, and they're most likely gonna be stuck on. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
So you take your standard little pot of water. As you can see, there's nothing in it. A little steaming right now, only from me putting the hot water from the tap in it. However, this is about like a cup, maybe two worth of water in here. We're gonna heat it to the point where it's going to all evaporate and leave behind what's actually dissolved in it, the dissolved solids. We're going to continue what we were doing. However, I need something metal, something that can hold. Oh shit! Oh shit! Hot water! Ooh, aggressive. After countless BTUs, you can actually see that there's a lot. Excuse my lack of focus. There is a ton of leftover contamination. And what this is any water that lands on your car, even if it's pure water, your car is always going to have dirt on it, so it's going to mix. But you know those water spots everyone complains about? This is the culprit. It's the stuff inside your water. We started out with what seemed like a really clean, cup to 2 cups of water, boiled it down to nothing, and it left behind a whole cavalcade of calciums and all sorts of leftover minerals. This thing is super hot, so I'm not going to grab it, but this is the reason why your paint gets really rough, and this is what we took off today.
We have made sure our paint is ready for the winter. We have explored why your paint in the first place needs a little protection from the elements, and we've also discovered the culprit behind all of it. Again guys, I'm Handy Andy. I'll see you later.